Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you've not already subscribed, then please consider subscribing. It'd be great to have you on board. We're starting to grow a little bit. We're getting slowly, kind of creeping slowly towards 100 subscribers. If you have been watching these videos and you are, finding them of value and helpful, then it'd be great to have you subscribed and have you on board. And also, click the like button again if they've been helpful, because it just helps me push these videos out to more people and grow the channel, which is great. That's what we're trying to do. Fantastic. So that aside, we're going to use Ableton 12 here to create a Led Zeppelin-y inspired heavy rock beat in the Impulse instrument in Ableton 12. I'm going to do a series of videos where I set up a particular beat as a template, and that beat will kind of emulate a song that's already been written, it's out there. Almost a classic kind of songs with breakbeat sections in them that have been sampled quite a lot, or you might have heard of in other songs, so that actually when these templates are set up in Ableton, I can actually go in there and use them as the starting point for writing a new song. Because basically I'm a guitarist, and because I'm a guitarist, I tend to focus on melody, on chords, on notes. I'm dreadful that way. I'll probably go in and record the solo first before I do anything else. So I'm really trying to encourage myself to get a bit of behavior change in there and actually start the song with a beat. And I thought if I set up some beat templates around different drum patterns, kind of emulate certain kind of classic songs from history, that I can go in, and I've already got some beat templates there that I can click on and create a new set with, and actually use as a kind of a foundation or platform to build the song upwards from the drum beat, which is just a better way of working all around, really, and just a habit that I need to get into doing. So yeah, that's the reason for the video. In this video, as I said, we're going to do a heavy rock Led Zeppelin-y When the Levee Breaks style drum beat. I've created it already, and I'm going to show you how I've created it, and this is how it sounds. So I'm just going to give you a quick audition of what the beat is. It's nice and simple and straightforward, this one, but it's going to sound huge when you've got some guitars and bass around it. There you go. So that's a few bars of the song, and as you can see, I've looped these rounds as sections just to provide a continuous piece of music. Just a couple of housekeeping things before I show you the patterns that I've actually put into Ableton 12. The first thing is to say I'm not going to show you how I actually created the Impulse drum kit. If you're looking for tutorials in terms of how to create a drum kit from scratch and not use one of the kind of preset drum kits in Ableton, but actually create your own, put your own samples in for each part of the kit, then there'll be some links at the end of this video you can click on, and there's 2 or 3 videos that I've already done in the past where I've shown how to set up an Impulse drum kit in Ableton as your own drum kit, how to build your own kit from scratch basically in Ableton, and then how to put some light touch production on there. So if that sounds interesting, you're not sure how to do that yet, please check out those videos, and then you can actually create your kit, and then you can dive back into these and actually then start to build up some templates in terms of different styles and different song genres that you're working in. The second thing to mention is I've got them in a 4/4 beat. Third thing is to say the BPM is 72. Nice and slow beat, because this is a kind of a heavy rock track in the style of Led Zeppelin's When the Levee Breaks. So it's a kind of a rolling rock sound there, and you need room between the notes, between the drum beats, to get all those big guitar sounds in, etc. And then the final thing to say is the drum beats that I put in are based on 16th step drum beats, or 16th note drum beats. And what that is essentially doing is, if you think about in a 4/4 beat, you've got 4 beats to a bar. So in a 4/4 tempo, you've got 4 beats to the bar: 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you open it up a little bit, and have quarter beats within each beat, so for each beat 1, 2, 3, and 4, you've got 4 quarter beats within each of those beats. Then you end up with 16 beats. Well, 4 beats, but 4 quarter beats. So actually 16 beats that you can use in essence to create a drum pattern, and it just gives you more variety in terms of the groove, in terms of where you put the kick and the snare. And you'll see we've got a kick and a snare in here, as well as a closed hi-hat. It also allows you to get more hi-hat sounds in, so you can kind of get a quicker series of beats in with the hi-hats. And it just gives you better scope to create that kind of breakbeat feel, because that's essentially what we're trying to do here, create a kind of a breakbeat sound that you can have rolling through your track and then build on, but just start as a foundation, so you're not just using a guiding kind of drum beat, which is what I tend to do. So because it's 16th step drum beats, the principle, I've done a little bit of research because I needed to, because again I'm a guitarist and drums don't come naturally to me, but essentially, so I've been informed by reliable YouTube videos. You're looking at a drum pattern that essentially you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 beats, but then within each beat you've got a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So that's your 16 basically. I don't know what E E and A stand for, but it literally is 1E and A. That's essentially how it's described. If anyone's got any idea, post it in the comments. But that's your 16s. And so I just wanted to explain that. So I'm going to give you a quick blast of the beat now, and you'll be able to hear how it sounds. Cool, so you can see really kind of solid beat there, loads of room to drop your guitars and your bass and your synths in. And after I've finished this, I'm going to do some other drum pattern videos as well, but I'm going to come back to this one and build a big rock track around it, I reckon. So in terms of how I created it, I'm going to click on each of the sections. There's no difference, I've just literally duplicated them across. So we're going to go into the kick to begin with. And you're going to see that in the clip view down here, you've got the drum pattern. We're just focusing on what's on this line here because, as I said previously, I mean, you can put all your drum kit on one track in Ableton, but then any of the effects that you apply to that particular track are going to be repeated or applied universally across everything on the kit. The way I tend to work is I drop each part of the drum kit onto an individual track. So you're only going to see... let's just click on that again. You're only going to see the kick bit on this. You're not going to see any other sections of the drum kit here because I've just got the kick on this track. And it also means you can just produce them separately as well with the production I've got on here. So in terms of where I have put the kick beats, I have got one on the 1 beat. I have got one on the 1E beat, because that's your 1 beat, that's your 1E. I have got one on the 2A beat, which is here. I've got one on the 3 and the 3A beats as well. Because if you think about it again, you're looking at 16 bits to this. So you've got your 1E and A, 2E and A, 3E and A, 4E and A, 4E and A, there at the end. So that's your 1E, that's your 1, that's your 1E, that's your 2 and, because it's that quarter beat just before the 3, that's your, sorry, not your 2 and, your 2A, because it's your quarter note just before the 3, the third beat, and that's your 3 and your 3A. So that's the kick. Now the snare's dead easy. You've got the snare on the 2nd and the 4th beat. The 1.2 corresponds to the 2nd, 1.4 corresponds to the 4th beat. And your snare, and your closed hi-hat is dead easy as well. We've got eighths here, essentially 1 on every beat, and then 1 on every half beat as well. So you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And obviously if we were doing the E and the A bits, the E would be in here and the A would be in here, and the same following through. So that's it. That's essentially your Led Zeppelin-y, When the Levee Breaks heavy rock beat. And I'm going to show you how I save it as a template. Go into File, then drop down to Save, Live, Set as Template. Click on that. It comes through here. You can rename it. And then what that means then is the next time you want to create a heavy rock track, you've already got a drum beat that's set up as a template. So just open up Ableton, don't even open up a track, open up Ableton, and then go to the template section and you'll have it there. And then if you click on that, it'll automatically create you a new set, or a new scene if you like, but with the existing drum kit template in there. So when would I use this? When would I personally use this beat? Obviously, if I was doing a cover of the original, I'd want to use it. But again, if it was my own song, then I'd be looking at a heavy rock track, a slow heavy rock track, lots of guitars, lots of bass, lots of synthesizers. And that's what I'm definitely going to do in the future. So thank you for watching. I hope that's been useful. That kind of ends the video, really. I'm going to do some more videos over the next few weeks where we look at different beats from other songs in history. Try and cover off a number of different rhythms, so I kind of build up a series of templates that kind of gives me a solid base for whatever style of kind of rock track or funk track I'm looking to do. Again, if you found it useful, please subscribe and give that like button a click. That'd be brilliant, a thumbs up. And I hope to see you in the next video. And thanks again for watching.